Okay, let me start it. So before starting my talk, let me share this line. Because all pages are designed by timer control, I cannot pause on the middle. So if you have any question, please note that and let's discuss them after that. By the way, I'm Masashi Katsumata. Thank you for coming tonight. It's windy day, so I didn't want to come because it's cold. So I'm creating a wrapper API for multiple maps SDK, like here, Mapbox, Google Maps, or ArcGIS. Do you know something? Some people. Yeah, yeah. So I'd like to share my painful story, not successful story. So maybe useful for your software creating. So let me introduce myself by very quickly. I used to be a Google developer's expert for Google Maps API, and I also create a Cordova Google Maps plugin. Have you ever heard about Cordova or Tonga? Oh, some people, yeah, it's already deprecated, right? Yeah, 10 years ago. The framework is very useful. Everybody create a mobile application using HTML, JavaScript, CSS3. And also you can access to the native features like GPS, camera, file access, something like that. So I created my plugin for Google Maps API because JavaScript Google Maps API BC was not worked smoothly 10 years ago. Recently, it's very nice, but 10 years ago was no. So, my plugin generates a native Google Maps view and place it behind the web view. So, you can access to the native Google Map view from your app. Still, you can still manipulate it from JavaScript code. So it worked on Android and iOS. So at this point, I already created an abstraction layer for Google Maps API 10 years ago. So I have enough experience to create a abstraction layer. So it's enough, right? Last year, I just wanted to use other Maps SDKs like a Mapbox. Then other Maps SDKs are very difficult. Yeah. Let me show an example. So upper side is a Google Maps code, just simple line, add marker, and provides some options. That's why Google Maps is very popular in the world. However, in the map box, loading style, create annotation, provide some options, pass it to the annotation manager. Yes, yeah, you can say, yeah, it's flexible. No, it's difficult to beginners. So that's why. So I just started. I just came up my idea. I can create Amazon Wrapper API like in the previous project. So that's easy. So because the previous project was easy for me, I told with ChatGPT, "Hey, ChatGPT, what do you think my idea?" He said, "Da, da, da. By the way, I'm kind of pounding my heart." So he said, "Oh, looks good to me." Yeah. So he gives me confidence. Actually, too much confidence. So, lesson number one. So yeah, at the moment, I didn't know that I would face the tons of trouble. So, because I was expert. So lesson number one, I just thought just wrapping the API could be easy. What do you think? So, wrapping the API means typically involving the API of each SDK, right? So, I thought just very easy. So before diving into the concept, so let me explain this. So we are seeing the map from a virtual monitor. So watching the map from map camera. So, and zoom level concept is important in my talk. So we have a distance between the camera and the earth and split it to some ranges, typically 22. That's easy concept of zoom level. That sounds like a universal, right? Yes, Chris. Actually, I didn't know that ArcGIS is not, they don't use zoom level, they are using ArcShoot. What's the reason? So they're designed for professional or military government, something like that. So they want to use a particular altitude in the meta. So zoom level is a very good concept. So if we said zoom level 0 is we can see the overall of the Google Maps. I mean, overall the map Earth, but so they are using a altitude. So my problem, how can I align the zoom level and altitude? So first, I try to figure out the very simple way. So what's the altitude on zoom level 10 on Google Maps? So taking some screenshots and overlapping the Photoshop. Yeah. Or maybe this altitude. Yeah. Probably you would do the same path. I tried to introduce apply from very simple formula because cameras and the answer probably is consistent. So it worked actually. Guess what? Who's there? Ah, yeah. Unfortunately, it did not work. So the problem was the projection. So we are living on the Earth. So the Earth is a globe object. So we are using a globe projection. However, rectangle in Google Maps is a with Mercator projection. So with Mercator projection is a good way for viewing the map very easy. But near the equator line is very good accurate. However, near the North Pole or South Pole, it's bigger than actual size. So that's the problem. So even zoom level 10 different altitude. So I try to figure out the more real formula with ChatGPT and Cloud Code. We are still adjusting, but hopefully recently figure out very good formula. So we need to consider latitude, camera tilting, and also width and height of the map view. So let me show the example. I'm taking a break for me. So zoom in, zoom in. So left side, from your side, left side. Left side is Google Maps and right side is ArcGIS. So ArcGIS is following the Google Maps. Looks like a perfect, right? Yeah, please clap it up. Hey, yay. So even changing the tube, yeah, it's following. So that's the abstraction layer. But so my library provides a unified API, so you can manipulate the map camera from the with the same values, then changing to the specific value of each SDK. I know, so you are not coming to the listening of the map SDK, but here next, so lesson number 1. Actually, API look compatible, almost the same, but we are managing the different concept. So creating an API abstraction layer meaning managing the different concept. So I didn't know that before that. So lesson number 2. Abstraction forced me to redesign the software architecture 4 times. Actually 5 times, but last one is a kind of my mistake, so I skip it. So I focus on the 4 time. What do you think? What's the problem of the 4 times changing? So I revisited the what's the abstraction. So abstraction means so researching each character and focus on common traits and create common shit. That's the abstraction, right? So I knew the Google Maps API very well, so but other SDKs are not. So I started from creating some example, uh, then so picking up only common class. So that's only GeoPoint based class. So don't too much don't abstraction make a abstraction too early. Okay, well, maybe I can see something. Yeah. Then I introduced the classical OOP, object-oriented programming, is textbook way. So using an interface, abstraction class, so and children class. So it's very clean architecture, right? Yeah. Yes. So, however, this inheritance, classical OOP forced me to make a fake uniformity. So in order to explain very quickly, so I'd like to use some shapes. So rectangle, triangle, circle. What's that last one? I forgot. So classical OOP for the all children have the same method. So it means so if I add another new method, I need to create it for everything. I also if I add a new SDK to my collection, I need to prepare all method before adding. That's a tough work, very tough work. So the base class eating everything. So getting B pass, so it's a very good, a very bad program. So the problem it wasn't implementation. It's responsibility. So classical OP shares the responsibility by all. So if one of them doesn't have the same method, you cannot build up your app. So I know the some design pattern. So I introduced a capability-based architecture. So you can define what can I do for this SDK using an interface. So like this, so this SDK can mark a polyline sample, something like that. So it's a very good way to. I also introduced the dependency injection. It's a very good way, right? So creating a controller instance from outside and pass it to the construction of the actual map view controller. So it's a very good text way. Textbook way. So this makes a very good clean code of clean architecture of each SDK. So core modules only have a abstraction class, and the SDK has each specific SDK map view controller. I also the last one fighting with the semantic part. So I just wanted to dragging a marker on Mapbox, but all markers are very disappeared suddenly. Yeah. So the reason is most map SDK use a OOP type, so you can manipulate each marker. However, so in the map box and map library using a layer type, which is very good for GPU. However, it's difficult for us. So if I change something on a marker, it's changing every marker at the same time. So I spent 3 days to talking with this bug. And finally, I came up something pretty idea. So I created 2 layers. So if I moving to the dragging marker to the upper layer, so like this, it works. So, however, this makes that code is very messy. So handling 2 layers only in map view. So that's why I need to clean up the code. So I also create a renderer class, introducing a dependency injection, inherited the base map view controller. So I didn't know that how do you say this architecture. So I asked to Chronicle. He said, "Oh, this is medicator and strategy design pattern." Oh, I didn't know that. So I became smarter than before. So maybe you are thinking about the should should we skip consider the software architecture? Yeah, you are using probably ChatGPT, Chronicle, Gemini, something like that. So I also use them. But do you have any opinion? Should we? Yeah. Oh yes we should, because all responsibility of your product comes to you. And also LLMs making a mistake if your code is messy. So they are reading some files and making guess and then making a misunderstand. That's why. So that's my I figure out creating my library. So I forgot how what wanted to talk in there here. So because my heart is pounding. Yeah. So even we use LLM, we should take care of the software architecture. So the wrap. So finally, so I wanted to talk more and more things, but only limited time. So I talked only 2 lessons. So creating the abstraction layer means not just involving the APIs of each SDK, meaning that managing the different concepts. And also, if you use a create something, so yes, you can use the LLMs. However, we should have a responsibility of your code. And this is not just a map. So this challenge exists in any other field. So the final, my library map conductor. So map conductor handles the 5 different SDK. So ArcGIS, Google Map, MapKit, Map Library, and here completely different concepts of SDK. So it's open source, and I try to keep the very good code as much as not purposeful. But recently I don't know. But even though, we need to take care with my your code. I mean, okay, that's all. Okay, thanks so much.